Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jan Koivu. I'm the Deputy Head of Mission and the Head of Cooperation at the Embassy of Finland in Zambia. We are drawing towards the end of this year's edition of the Finnish Week of Business. Over the past 3 days, we've had a range of different sessions with different themes. We've had some very exciting speakers, some good panels with lots of questions. And this particular session is basically our final session where we're looking to perhaps some of the instruments you have already become familiar with, but we've also got some new ones we would like to introduce to all the participants. The slides will be shared afterwards, like any of the other slide decks, to all the participants. And the topic of this particular session is Way Forward, an overview on supporting mechanisms for companies. And as first up, we have Miss Pauliina Halonen. She is an investment manager at the Finnish Development Finance Institute, FinnFund. Pauliina, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Jan. And the presentation?
It is just loading, so there we go.
So good afternoon, everybody. As Jan introduced me, my name is Pauliina Halonen. I'm investment manager at FinnFund, which is Finland's development finance institution. Next slide, please. We finance responsible and profitable businesses, and the picture which you can see is from our one investee company called Marifa. Marifa owns and operates universities, and one of their university is located in Zambia and called Cavendish University. Next slide, please. We have currently over 200 investments in 52 countries. We have focus sectors, and those are renewable energy, sustainable forestry and agriculture, financial institutions, and as a newcomer, digital infrastructure and solutions. However, we can also do other sectors. And our financing is for companies and projects in Latin America, Asia, but our focus continent is currently Africa, where we have half of our portfolio. Next, please. We try to find the most suitable financing solutions for our investee companies. And this means that we can provide loans and equity, and basically everything between that, which means different kind of mezzanine instruments. What we look at and analyze with the companies is their profitability. So basically, the companies which we finance need to be commercially feasible. The other important part is environmental social responsibility of the companies. And naturally, as being a development finance institution, development impacts are one of the key criteria for financing. We are a long-term financier. Basically, our maturities can go even up to 15 years, but I would say that the normally is more around somewhere around 6-8 years. We are always a minority financier, which basically means that there needs to be a strong sponsors, and normally there's also other financiers involved. Our ticket size is from roughly 1 million, even up to 25, 30 million euros. And this means that the actual project size starts from roughly 2 to 3 million, as we are a minority financier. Being a long-term financier means that we are patient, and we also want to support our projects throughout the investment period. Next slide, please. Over here, we have our another investment in Zambia. It is a company called Yalelo, which is an aquaculture company. It is a fish farm, and they provide, basically they produce fish for local markets, but also some quantities to export. Next slide. And over here, again, Marifa Education, and they have the Cavendish University in Zambia. In Marifa's case, there is cooperation with the Finnish company called Planet. And I believe Planet has given a presentation during this event as well. They are a Finnish education technology company, and they offer distance learning platform, and it has played a significant role during this COVID-19 crisis. So basically, at the moment, we have two direct investments, Yalelo and the Marifa. In Zambia, but we also are present in Zambia through a fund investment on agriculture sector. Next slide, please. So thank you, and happy to answer your questions, and you can contact me through email as well.
Thank you, Paulina. Very informative. So to all the participants, you can write your questions in the chat, or you can wait until the end of these presentations. Next up, we have Dr. Jan Feller. He's the CEO of the German Finnish Chamber of Commerce, based in Helsinki, Deutsch-Finnische Handelskammer. So, Dr. Feller, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Yes? Good.
Yes.
My name is Jan Feller. I'm Managing Director of the German Finnish Chamber of Commerce, as Jan stated. I'm sharing my slides right now, so I hope they are visible to you.
Yes.
Thank you very much for confirming. So, what does the German Finnish Chamber of Commerce have to do with Zambia and Finland? We are part of the network of German Chambers of Commerce abroad. And this network is also present in Finland. It's also present in Zambia. And it is open to Finnish companies who would like to enter Zambia. It's also open to Zambian companies who'd like to enter Germany and so on. And that's why we just wanted to present ourselves here. The Wall Street Journal called us in 2013 the Germany's secret economic weapon. The network is one of the most efficient export and import promotion networks. It's the only organization for promoting export and import in Germany, and it's almost exclusively run by businesses itself. Means companies are member, they pay membership fees, or they are customers and pay for some services. On the next slide here, you can see the breadth of the network. So we are present in 92 countries around the world in 140 AHKs. Also in Africa, and I'll have a more detailed list on the presence in Africa. The services which you can get are kind of the secret of why Germany is an export world champion, and the same tools are open to you as well. So basically, they range from anything you need in order to enter a market, from market studies, competitor benchmarks, to legal analysis, tax consultancy or advice, go-to-market services for getting new customers, identifying potential customers or distribution partners, then contacting them in the target country's language, so that in the end, a company has a ready-made schedule of a couple of meetings with local companies that are already interested in doing business. We have, in a couple of years back, the Finnish Ministry of Economy and Employment, then supported by the Finnish Chamber Organization and the Foreign Ministry, have reached a collaboration agreement with the German Chamber of Commerce network, which allows Finnish companies to receive the same services at the same conditions as German companies do. We already have 10 market entry projects last year. For example, to the United Arab Emirates, Spain, Thailand, Vietnam, Hungary, Indonesia, and so on. And the breadth of projects is relatively high. They reach from just opening the door to a ministry to complete market entry projects or finding a partner for an M&A project. In Africa, you can see the network. We have over 100 people in Africa present. The newest additions to the network are Abidjan and Addis Abeba. We are present in Lusaka, and then our office in Lusaka is also supported infrastructure-wise by a South African office. So it does have a large infrastructure to help. If you're a Finnish company and plan to enter Zambia, welcome to start your journey in Helsinki. This is our team. We're located right in the city center next to the Senate Square. We have 30 employees in Helsinki, 650 member companies that serve 500 customers per year, and so on. And we are here to help you, and then we'll very happily make the connections to our colleagues in the target market, for example, in Zambia. If you have any questions, please feel free to just drop us an email, and you can see the email address mail@dfhk.fi, which is Finnish and means into the world. You can also find more information on our webpage or follow us in social media. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Feller. Very informative. Once again, to our participants, keep those questions coming in. I am aware that Dr. Feller has another engagement at past. So if you want to ask something in particular from him, do write it in the chat box. Next up, we have Mr. Innocent Mandona. He's the manager responsible for technology and marketing at the National Technology Business Center of Zambia, NTBC. Mr. Mandona, the floor is yours.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for this opportunity to speak during the Finnish Business Week. As indicated, my name is Innocent Mandona. I'm Manager Technology and Marketing here at NTBC. I want to say that as NTBC, we are very happy to be associated with this year's Finnish Business Week, especially that this fits in our program and mandate that the institution have, that of conducting technology transfer and commercializing innovations. Further, I wish to mention that NTBC is the focal point institution for the SAIS program in Zambia. For those that may not know much about NTBC, It is a statutory body under the Ministry of Higher Education, which is responsible for science, technology, and innovation in the country. We are backed by a firm legal framework as we are created under an Act of Parliament, number 26 of 1997, and the statutory instrument number 136 of 1999. And the provisions that are there for us to execute our mandate are such that we have grouped the services that we offer into more or less 5 components that may suffice for supporting mechanisms to the partners coming from Finland and also to the Zambian businesses. The first service that NTBC offers is that of technology acquisition and transfer. So in this, NTBC acts as a liaison institution for the search and matching of prospective parties. In this case, we have the Finnish businesses and we have the Zambian businesses. So this is to enable the transfer of technologies either way. The second service that NTBC offers is that of business development support to businesses, entrepreneurs, innovators, startups, and the like. So under this service component, we have 2 prominent features that mainly relate to the Finnish Business Week. The first component is to do with funding available for startups to develop sustainable and eco-friendly enterprises. This we do through a fund which we manage on behalf of the government. It is called the Technology Business Development Fund, which is a yearly disbursement mechanism through which the government supports needy entrepreneurs. And I believe that for those businesses that would wish to partner with Finnish companies and would require support, financial support for scaling, this is a fund, though competitive, that they can tap into. The second component of the business development support service that NTBC offers is the incubation program. So with this program, we aim to handhold startups, businesses, SMEs to reduce their failure chances, the chances for failure. And we do this incubation either virtually or physically. Right now, we've got 1 physical incubation facility in the central province of Zambia, which is about 400 or 500 kilometers from here, from Lusaka. And we intend to replicate these physical incubation sites in the other parts of the country. However, our strength lies in running the virtual incubation program, where we do satellite remote incubation and support businesses from their premises, as it were. So this comprises, these 2 comprises the business development support, and in particular relating to the Finnish Business Week. The third component that would really associate with the event that we have been witnessing for the past 3 days is the technology marketing service that NTBC offers. So under this, the institution assists its clients to conduct market assessments, to conduct market research for their products, so as to enable the penetration of the different products into the Zambian market. So we also assist in developing marketing strategies that is riding on the research and assessments that NTBC conducts. And we've done quite a lot under this. We appreciate that some businesses do come in already technically sound. They do have a business case. What they are looking for is just market penetration. And I want to believe that our Finnish partners would want to tap into this service. Then last but not least, a service that the institution offers is that of appreciating the creation of the mind. So we know that during the various processes, when businesses are trying to scale up or partnering with other entities, there is the issue of creating intellectual property. And we need to appreciate and support this aspect, as we know that it is of commercial value. And as NTBC, one of our key functions is to assist the Zambian entrepreneur with intellectual property assessment. We provide advice and we facilitate for the protection of IP with the relevant statutory body that is responsible for that. And we know that the Finns, as they are coming in, partnering with the Zambians, we need to see how to handle the IP that may result out of the interaction with the Zambian counterparts. The other one interesting service that we do offer as NTBC is that one would say should hold technology information. This comes out of our different exercises that we do, the technology audit and validation exercises that we conduct in the country. So we come up with different databases for different technology needs, available bankable projects and the like. So we offer, we provide technology information to the people that may need it. Now, out of the past 3 days engagements, what we see as a way forward as NTBC is that firstly, we would like to encourage the Zambian enterprises, the Zambian businesses that have been following through the activities to take advantage of the happenings in the past 2 or 3 days and to identify Finnish companies that would add value to their business operations, their expansion plans, and creative service delivery. So this is quite important for the Zambians to be very, very critical and tap into the talents that have come through. Further, NTBC is available to play a role in the success of partnerships that will result from this event, and also to support the fruitful linkages between Finnish and Zambian businesses through the range of services it offers. I therefore would want to encourage the participating businesses to access our range of services by getting in touch with us on the various social media platforms, our website, www.ntbc.co.zm, our Twitter at ntbc_Zambia, Facebook page, and for those with Android phones, can download the NTBC app so that they can access the website. With these, I want to say that we look forward to thriving businesses in Zambia and a stronger bond between Zambia and Finland. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for those inspiring words, Mr. Mandona. And any of the web page addresses, it might be beneficial if you type those into the chat box so the participants can also pick them up from there. Next up, we have Ms. Birgit Nevala. She's the program director of the Finn Partnership program, who've also been present during these past couple of days in this event. So Birgit, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Jan. And thank you, Embassy and all AGS, for example, all who have been organizing this Finnish week of business. I have had a privilege also to follow different events during these 3 days. And I was especially happy with our SDG booster yesterday. Just to conclude very briefly, the financing and other services that are available through us and through our workshop, also covering developing markets platform of Business Finland. So first of all, if you are a Zambian company, the one thing to remember is the matchmaking service, which you can find on FinnPartnership's webpage. It will be in the materials that will be sent to you, and also I can still, after my speech, place it on chat. It is free of charge, and we try to find partner for you. Part of matchmaking is also SDG Booster, which we had yesterday on mining sector. We had many companies, almost 50 from each country had signed in, but yesterday that was just the first session. Not all of them were there, but 40 companies already have established their own virtual stand on our virtual marketplace that was launched yesterday. So if you are in a mining business or in some related business with mining communities, you can still enter also the SDG Booster process. And if I take a look at our virtual marketplace at the moment, I can see that already 4 Finnish companies have started a discussion with 6 different companies from Zambia. So the connections can be made also virtually, and this is what we have seen also happening in SDG Booster. I will write down also that information, how you can still join the process if you like to do so. About funding, the basic thing to remember about FinnPartnership's funding is that you need to be a Finnish company to apply, or Finnish-owned company, at least partly Finnish-owned. It can be a Zambian company, but it needs Finnish ownership, and also the company can be a Finnish company owned by a diaspora of Zambia or any other African country. The long-term commitment is something to remember with FinnPartnership. So you need to aim at joint venture, subsidiary, franchising, subcontracting, even maintenance contract with the Finnish company when they want to maintain their products or services in Zambia. That can be also eligible to FinnPartnership. It needs to be something that creates positive development impact, like jobs in Zambia, when you use FinnPartnership. And this needs to be the goal of the project. Of course, the funding is for very, very first steps, to find the partner, for example, to go to meet the partner, and so on. If you are interested in funding, the next application workshop is on 20th of May, and you need to sign in by 12th of May for that. And at the workshop, you will also hear about developing markets platform financing from Business Finland. The difference basically is that if you just have an exporting project from Finland to Zambia, then Business Finland is the choice for that. And the other way around, if you are exporting something from Zambia to Finland, then it's FinnPartnership, because then we can count that it creates jobs and positive impacts. And then also, if your project is more in co-creation and planning a new product or making a new product, then it's innovation funding in Business Finland. So we cannot fund those phases. So new products from the Business Finland. And also one thing that is a very good aspect in Business Finland's developing markets platform is that some of the local partners' costs can be also covered from there. Some companies go first with Finn partnership once they have some long-term goal and use that for first steps and then go to continue to Business Finland. So all this knowledge you can get at our application workshop. We welcome you all and we are happy to serve you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Birgit. So next up we have Mr. Ilari Lindi. He is the lead expert of the Southern Africa Innovation Support Program, which Innocent Mandona also made reference to. So Ilari, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Jan. Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to be here again. I was here already on Monday, and meanwhile, I suppose several of you have had the opportunity also to go and participate in the different size breakout sessions. We had 3 sessions during these 3 days. So in this presentation, I'm not going to go too much on the offering of size, but rather take a little bit more look on what has size achieved, and in particular understanding of where the gaps and the opportunities to support the entrepreneurs in the Southern African region lie. Can I have the next slide, please? So size is a regional program, and it originally started in 2010. The second phase started 2017. The worthwhile to know about size is our approach, which is so-called snowball. So through our innovation fund, size has so far supported 25 networked projects, which have consortia that have partners from different countries from the Southern African region and beyond, including Finland. All these partnerships are formed by innovation multipliers, so the organizations that are really supporting entrepreneurship or aiming to strengthen the ecosystems that services early stage entrepreneurs. And we have so far had about 100 organizations as a part of the size consortium. Each of these have then the project supported several tens, some even hundreds of entrepreneurs. So by the time we come to the 4th year of size, we are happy to say that we have been indirectly supported more than 1,000 startups easily. Next slide, please. So what we have learned so far, of course, is that size PMO, including myself, we are based in Windhoek, and we, due to COVID, have not always that good access anymore on the ground. But that is not really the significance. The importance is that we have a focal points, and we have this network of 100 multiplier organizations who are operating in 5+ countries in SADC region, including, of course, Zambia. And what we have discussed and learned from them is thinking about disruptive innovations and how to support entrepreneurs behind them. Next slide, please. Because we do see that things are changing, markets are changing, ecosystems are changing, and knowledge is changing very much within the region and also in Finland and beyond. But there still remains a couple of problems, gaps, one could say, that need to be patched. And these are not necessarily products that can be shipped, but these are also services that the knowledge organization in Finland that my old colleague from the World Bank used to call gold standard of ecosystem building can provide support with. So in many countries in the regions, the role players still operate in silos, and the system doesn't really support the interests of individual entrepreneurs. And this leads also to incompetency, some of the techies who still don't know exactly which sector and what kind of services they are building to become successful with. So understanding the dependencies of the role players in the ecosystem is something that the work still can be done, and there is an opportunity to collaborate both from Finland to Zambia and of course from Zambia to Finland. Next slide, please. You also see that the innovation process itself is changing. So the closed and linear process is now transformed into open and iterative. And that can be seen in African continent. That can be also in Zambia as well as in Finland. We see that the services are built increasingly on top of the cloud. So online becomes prerogative, but it also reduces the costs of getting into the partnership and testing and trialing what works and what doesn't. Next slide, please. We see, however, that as usual, institutions are reluctant to change. There are resource allocations in Finland, in Zambia, in South Africa, which are based on historical strengths, and these, of course, continue to be working on the benefit of those who may have already benefited before. So understanding how can actually a consistent program, comprehensive startup program to be established that really establish support from start to beginning, including finance, including technologies, including skills to the startups can be of one idea to make a difference. One slide, please. And finally, this is what SAIS has been working in the last 4 years. And as I mentioned, we have really invested on intermediaries. So in order to understand what happens on the ground, what is the level of knowledge, how does the market work, who one can partner with in order to make a successful entry or not. One needs really the partner from the ground. And in many African countries, as we have seen in the last 10 years, innovation support organizations, whether these are private players like Bongo Hives, or whether these are public sector organizations like NTBCs, we see that these are a very, very valuable support, not only for considering market entry, but also really to create that kind of initiatives that can be supported in a larger scale to network the whole ecosystems that benefit the entrepreneurs. Next slide, please. So I leave it there, and with these couple of words, couple of pointers, feel free to look at the slide deck, feel free to look at the sizeprogram.org. We have other knowledge products in place that can tell you more about the market, more about the ecosystems, and how to access it. And of course, you can always contact us at the SAIS Program Office. Thank you very much. Back to you, Jan.
Thank you, Ilari. So I think this sort of brings us to our last presenter, Mr. Gareth Evans. He's the team leader for the Accelerated Growth for SMEs in Zambia program, AGS. Gareth, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Jan. Yeah, thank you very much to everybody who has spoken and who's been involved this week. It's been a very exciting week of lots of good panels, lots of excellent conversations and discussions. And I just want to thank everyone who's participated, and especially all the people who have been in the panels and had some excellent questions for the panelists. We've already seen the AGS presentation twice this week, so I'll try and keep it short. But basically what happens next? Well, AGS is here to support both Finnish and Zambian companies. We're here to help you to matchmake through programs like Finn Partnership, Business Finland, working and help you to make those quality matches so that you can help grow your business here in Zambia and also regionally and with Finland. So from here, this is just the first taster of these sort of connections, the types of businesses that we can match you with and bring together. And so we hope that you will continue to stay in touch with AGS. Our website is www.agsprogram.org, and the team will put our contact details in the chat. And obviously all of our slides and everything will be put on the website as well. So we hope that you continue to engage with us so we can help you grow your businesses. As a program, we've been actively training businesses since the end of last year. We've trained over 280 micro, small and medium enterprises using the Start and Improve Your Business curriculum. And now we're moving into the accelerator phase. So we're working with slightly larger businesses that are small and medium size, and also some startups that are ready to grow and expand. So we're looking to work with those businesses to help match them, link them with coaches and mentors, and help them to really accelerate and scale their businesses. For those Zambian businesses, there is a potential to apply for 30,000 grant worth 30,000 euros for equipment and machinery. And we have then the option for them to grow through and go into our matchmaking and co-creation work, as well as also our market access program, Launch. With the Launch market access program, you have access to consultants who can support you to scale up your business in Zambia, also to grow in the region and in Finland. So we encourage you to continue to engage with us, see where you fit within our program, and we hope that you will find opportunity through the AGS program. So I just want to thank you all again for participating. Please stay in touch and engage with the team, and we look forward to working with you in the future. So thank you all, and Jan, I'll leave it at that, and just again thank you as well, Jan, and Madam Ambassador, for your support this week. It's your, I know it's your premier event, but we as AGS, we have tried to run with it and help you to achieve our joint objectives. And so I want to thank you guys for your support as well, and thank the team for all of their work in pressing the right buttons this week. Yeah, so back to you, Jan.
Thank you, Gareth. So I just pressed the right buttons as well. So I'm
Yes.
back on the camera. Okay, basically, that was our presentations. So I open the floor for any questions or comments that any of our participants may have to any of the speakers whom we have just heard. I know there's been some questions and commenting already in the chat box, but would there be somebody who would like to take the floor? The floor is open, so just raise your virtual hand and go for it. Okay. Okay, we've got Jonathan, please. Sorry, I've just been informed by our tech team that you should actually be writing your questions into the chat box because it is only the presenters who are able to use their microphone. So apologies for that, Jonathan. If you could write it into the chat box, and the relevant expert would address your question. And of course, you can, for example, contact our embassy as well. My colleague Marco has just typed in his email address if there is something that we could be of service to you. So apologies for that. I promised too much this time, but yeah. So if we'll keep the chat open for a couple of minutes, and then I will seek to conclude. So any questions you may have, and all of the contact details, they will be shared with you. So the contacts will be shared, and there are also, many of them are in the event booklet, which was prepared and sent to all registered participants on Sunday. And I'd also mention that all of the presentations, they will be uploaded for participants to download at their convenience. This will most likely be done either towards the end of this week or early next week. Okay, and the question is there, and this one goes to AGS. So Gareth, if you could be kind enough to address Jonathan's question.
Yeah, it's a good one, Jonathan. We have open calls regularly for the services that we're providing. So the youths should look, if they have businesses, they should look to see at our website and see when they can apply for our services. I would say that largely now we'll have finished our Start and Improve Your Business training. So you might have missed on that initial training, but if they have some larger businesses or whatever you have, feel free to look at our website and log in and apply for whatever services are currently open. I think we might have just closed our initial cohort for the accelerator services, but basically it's an open call for anybody to apply. And so at any time, please keep an eye on what we're available. For the other ones, like the co-creation and innovation, especially that one, we are going to be engaging with universities and other higher education institutions to help deliver the co-creation activities. So Jonathan, please get in touch through our info box and see, let us know where your association is and what campuses they're on. We'll be happy to talk more about that. But yeah, it's an open, all of our applications are open applications. So as soon as they're available, please log on and apply.
Okay, Ilari, did you want to complement this particular question? I saw your hand up.
Yes, I just wanted to say to Jonathan that SAIS is still running this year our Boost Up competition, which is a pitching competition organized in 5 SAIS countries, Zambia included. And the organizers are SAIS Connected Hubs Network. And they will partner with NTBC on doing this in Zambia. So at least keep posted on when it's going to start happen. Go and maybe engage with your association and campus to learn and to observe. Who knows, maybe you have even potential Zambian winner there to pitch. That's all.
Thank you, Ilari. I'm just scrolling through, but I don't think I'm seeing any more questions which have not been answered at this time. So I think what I will do, I will slowly start to close our event. So this brings us to the end of the Way Forward and Overview on Supporting Mechanisms session. And it only leaves us with closing remarks, which are to be delivered by myself. So I really hope you've enjoyed these 3 days. And I think what we all want to emphasize is that participants remember that this is just the beginning. So the hard work will continue from here on, and the embassy remains available. Myself, my colleague Marko Heikkilä, and of course our ambassador, we are all there for you to support, especially Finnish companies looking to enter the Zambian market. I've shared the AGS program and the CITES program contact details, Finn partnership also, and a number of other supporting mechanisms that you just heard about in the previous session. Because I think this is a common interest of both Zambia and Finland. We heard this from both the ministers on Monday as well. We would like to see an increase in trade between our two countries. And I mentioned that all the materials will be made available to participants. And may I also remind you of the event booklet, which you can use to kind of, make future contacts, be they Zambian or Finnish or third party. Also, do remember our website, www.FinnBizWeek.com. And I guess lastly, I would like to thank the team behind this event. So without people, this could not have been possible. I think one of the special thanks goes to our matchmaking consultant, Chris Ndlovu. He's done a great job in setting up B2B meetings between Finnish and Zambian companies. The AGS team and the CITES team also deserve a special thank you for their contributions to this week. The embassy is deeply thankful for all the work you've done. And I might want to mention our AGS colleagues, Elina and Ville, who've been working tirelessly behind the scenes to make everything flow smoothly for you guys. And of course, I can't forget my own colleagues at the embassy. So thank you, Marko. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you, Elizabeth. And of course, thank you, Ambassador Pirjo Suomela-Chowdhury, for your valuable contributions to this event. So with these few words, I hereby close this year's event. And I am hoping to see you next year, hopefully live in. Thank you very much. Have a good day.